you're in your perfect, wonderful place, noticing what you see, sense, or feel. Allow yourself to fully experience this safe and comfortable space. You are there now, experiencing your comfortable, safe space. And what are you noticing? Where are you?
Stairs.
Tell me more.
I saw long stairs. Up, up and up, leading leading to a temple.
Leading to a temple. Nice. And how do you
walk around? I think I practice here.
And how do you feel there?
I feel okay.
Okay. Good. Are you inside or outside now?
I'm kind of hanging above.
Above. Nice. And what is that temple look like?
It's it's brownish, reddish color. It's many stories.
Nice.
And there's a huge Buddha statue beside.
Good. What else are you feeling there now, watching that temple?
There's one place, I think, I practice and meditate.
Okay. You practice, you meditate.
I think I'm a Maya monk here.
Okay.
So there are people come. The people come here, ask for their wishes, pray, burning incenses. It seems to be somewhere in China.
Okay. And how do you look like if you look at yourself?
I think in my 30s.
Okay. What clothes are you wearing?
I'm wearing a monk yellow robe.
Monk yellow.
And outside there's a layer of gold thing that's on my shoulders. I'm wearing a simple brown robe inside. Then there's a gold layer outside. So I think I have some ranks in this temple. I answer people's questions. People came to see me. I lead meditation prayer sessions.
And when you answer people's questions, how do you feel about this?
But just know the answer. I'm peaceful inside out.
You're
I don't have too
peaceful.
much personal emotion, but I'm just peaceful,
Mm.
neutral. I'm doing my job. I'm guiding people. I'm
Mhm.
helping people to answer their questions. They would pick up. They kneel down in front of the statues,
Mhm.
Buddhas, different statues, different sort of god figures. They burn incense. They pick up those. There's a bamboo
Yeah.
holder, holding
Mhm.
piece of little bamboo sleeve, and those little bamboo piece. They have a message on it, so they will pray. And they'll play that with that bamboo stick holder. They shake it, and
Mhm.
I drop one. They pick one. They came to me for explanation.
Mhm. Nice. So how do those people call you when they come to you?
They call me Sifu,
Sifu.
sort of like a teacher or masters.
Mhm. Master. Mhm. Anything else? What attracts your attention in that place where you are now?
There's some sort of a calm energy surrounded.
Calm
Thoughts.
energy. Mhm. Okay. So do you like this energy, the feeling of this energy?
Yes.
Mhm. Nice. Okay. And now you can go to another important moment in that your life. You're again in this bubble of light, and it helps you to go to the other important moment of that life. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. Where are you?
I'm a little boy. I'm by the river.
You're at the river?
Yes, I'm trying to catch some fish.
Okay. Tell me more. Are you successful in catching the fish?
Yes, Dad teaches me with a spear.
Dad teaches you.
Mm.
Mhm.
We have to be very still. We have to watch the fish. They swim a little.
Mhm. How does your dad call you?
沥青.
Li Qing. Mhm. So you're a small boy, Li Qing.
I am.
Mhm. And how do you feel when your father teaches you to catch the fish?
I learn fast.
You learn fast.
I observe.
Mhm.
I stay still. And then
Mhm.
I act.
Good.
I would throw the spill. Initially, I couldn't catch them. And then I practice.
You practice. Nice.
So I got better.
Okay. Let's leave this scene and you're again in your bubble of light that brings you back and back to another important moment of that life. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. Where are you?
Lots of us
Mm-hmm.
wearing the same clothes. We're walking towards the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the temple now.
We are going to the
Learning.
temple. Mm-hmm.
I left my parents.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about leaving your parents?
I'm feeling very calm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I sort of feel that this is what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. So like inside calling. Okay. Good. And now you're again in this bubble of light and going further in that life to another important moment. 1, 2, 3. Be there now.
So I practice the martial arts
Mm-hmm.
and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I study with old monks.
What is your attitude to studying?
I love to study.
You love studying. Mm-hmm. What you love the most?
Philosophy,
Mm-hmm. Good.
ancient, I Ching.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, and now be again back in the bubble of light and moving to those last moments of the life you're exploring. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. You just can look from a side. You are not supposed to experience this if you do not want. Just watch the last moments of the life. Where are you?
I sit
Mm-hmm.
peacefully.
Peacefully. Mm-hmm.
I had my last words with my students.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there quietly and I just left.
Mm-hmm.
I was alone ready.
Okay. Can you see your body from outside now, from above?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What kind of body can you describe?
Oh, the body still sits still, but very peaceful.
Very peaceful. Mm-hmm.
Of course, the body is a little smaller now because he's old or I was old. The students kneeling before the body. Counting the seeds, the beads, they have that. Each one of them has a long beads they count. Sort of like an informal ceremonial goodbye sort of thing. That's they do.
From this higher perspective, looking back over that life, what are your first thoughts and feelings? What do you feel you achieved?
I helped many people.
You helped a lot.
I guided many people. It's just one of the journey to be in the body to share my wisdom.
To share your wisdom. Nice.
To heal people, to help people, to release their pain, their suffering.
Do you have any regrets?
No. My life is full of peace.
Nice.
I came here with a mission and I did my job.
And you did your job. Good.
I taught many people meditation. When meditation is not a thing for human beings.
Nice. And do you move away from your body quickly or slowly?
I stayed for a little
Staying there.
A little while. Said goodbye to my students.
Okay, take your
I
time.
send them my blessings. I touched them on their shoulders or head. Then I left.
Oh, did they feel this? Do they feel this when you touch them? What do you sense?
Yes.
Nice. And
They
what
feel, but they don't know that was me.
Okay. Good. And what are going on now? Are you moving? What happens now?
I am moving towards the light now.
You are moving towards the light. Okay. And are you moving quickly or slowly?
I am there now.
You are there now. Where are you? There. Where?
Bright light.
Bright light. And how do you feel to be there in this bright light?
Peace.
Peace. Good. Are you there alone or you can feel someone else next to you?
I don't sense alone or somebody else with me. I am just a part of the universal consciousness.
You are the part of this universal consciousness.
I am the whole. I am the oneness.
You are the oneness.
Bright, bright light, sparks. Long, long string of a light.
Nice.
It's the beginning of everything.
It's the beginning of everything. And why are you there now after that life? Why are you there now? How do you feel?
Everybody comes here
Mm-hmm.
to recharge,
Mm-hmm. For recharging.
to experience the oneness,
Mm-hmm.
to return home,
Mm-hmm.
to drop the human density.
Nice. And what do you sense now?
Light, warmth,
Mm-hmm.
peace.
Yes. Nice. Take your
Though not
time.
everybody's coming this far, some come to the surface.
Mm-hmm. Surface,
Some
what do
inside
you
the
mean?
core.
What do you mean surface?
I draw a picture for you.
Mm-hmm.
The core of the light is in the center. It's bright as white, strong and dense, the energy very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It beams light, travels far, far. I'm inside, but some stay out. If they
Mm-hmm.
aren't pure enough, they'll be burned or they'll be scared of being burned. So just stay out. Stay out,
Mm-hmm.
outside area. Get cleansed. Get sanitized. Dropped human density. Then move to a next place on their journey.
Mm-hmm.
I normally came inside, come to the core of the source. You connect with the purest light, the
Mm-hmm.
purest energy.
Okay. And how long are you there?
As long as I want, or as short as I need to.
Mm-hmm. And how do you sense that it's enough and it's time to go somewhere else?
When I have rest enough,
Mm-hmm.
or when I am keen to explore, or when I hear some sound,
Mm-hmm.
some people, some soul. So, in your opinion, voice asking for assistance, then I follow and I go and help.
Mm-hmm. Nice. How do you feel? Is this the right place to ask Apple's questions? How do you feel?
You can.
Okay, thank you. So we have a body, but we are not the body. Like humans, we have body, but we are not the body. Could this energy explain this to us from that place where you are now? What does it mean?
Body, who you are now, it's a tool,
A
an
tool.
instrument, a piece of a clothes, a vehicle, the light, the energy that temporarily resides. this piece of a vehicle or clothes or a tool is for the energy to be existing in the physical form, to experience, to learn certain lessons that he or she, or even an animal form, a plant that they're supposed to learn.
And why they need to learn the lessons? Why we humans in the bodies or plants, birds, animals, why we need to learn the lessons?
You don't need to learn. It's natural. It's evolution, evolvement. It's the truth. The energy changes, vibrate, expand into everything. Everything being created, being used, eventually being destroyed or being replaced in any form, in any format. It's natural.
It's natural. And where do we come and where do we go then?
You come from the light, you return to the same place. But in between, you experience different forms of lives. To experience your existence, to continuously partake in the evolution of universal consciousness.
And why the consciousness, we can call it God or some other word, needs this evolution through bodies and other shapes, other forms? Why is it like this?
You don't need it. It's natural evolvement. Meaning the light would just expand itself. Just like when you open your eyes, you see things. The light travels far, far to the place that they can change forms to different dimensions.
Nice.
It's all part of the nature. It is what it is. You can only accept. You can try to learn, but there's no need. The learning is also a naturally occurring process. It will just happen. Whether you're learning or not learning, experiencing or not experiencing, happy or in pain, tall or short, educated or not, rich or poor, it's all part of the nature. The light travels through different dimensions and will have its own form. Depends on the light size, density, vibration. Depends on the space that it's in. Depends on its own characteristics and traits. It can select certain forms and experience that form. Experience emotions. Experience intelligence. Also experience joy and pain. It learns, it grows, it transforms this experience into light or darkness, so to speak.
Mhm.
All
And
of this contributes to wisdom, to the universal consciousness.
okay, and why darkness? Can you explain in detail why humans sometimes, someone more often, someone less, can experience hard times?
Again, it is part of the nature. When you return to the core of the Creator, the universal consciousness, the light, the bright, bright shining light. Even go above and beyond. Everything can happen. You can see light or everything can disappear.
Mhm.
But if you're from the higher space, you exist in the form of a light. And if you go lower level of dimension, the reality will be in the lightness. In the scenario of Earth, darkness is permitted to assist the learning and growth.
Mhm.
Otherwise, where do humans get entertained? Where do you get the fun from? The human bodies enjoys having all kinds of experience. Where some people experience joy, other people would experience sadness. You're helping each other create this experience so that when you leave a body, you collect the memories and you convert the memories into a flow of energy. However, these energies stay in a lower dimension until you complete your cycle on Earth and go explore in different space, different society. Perhaps if you are pure enough, you might be able to access higher dimensions, purer light, a vast space and unlimitedness.
Mhm. And what does a soul journey look like? Yeah, you mentioned that it can be different, but to be specific, what does a soul journey look like?
Soul comes from the vastness, the energy pool, the light. The light sparks, shimmers and glows, and it spreads out, goes everywhere. As part of this nature movement, the light spread and would emanate, separate from the source. Now it depends on where you are. Are you from the core? Are you from the center? Are you from the outer edge? So the energy will carry different lines. However, we all start from the outer edge. We are a little drop of light, little star, tiny little bit.
Mm.
And we just float, drift in the universe. When condition permits, and you begin to transform, depends on where you are first born, which is your physical location. And you begin to have a physical form. You may be in a different universe. You may be in the solar system, as we are all now in. As you're in the solar system, you begin to live from a form of a light. You begin to expand. You're contracting and expanding, connecting with different sources of energy. You're changing yourself, growing. You have one cell expand into different multi-cells. And then you begin to have a physical form, become an organism. Because the light travels and travels, learning and grows. Observe how it can expand itself. It's a natural process. You don't have to choose. But as you begin to have a physical form, you start to think, you start to act, activate your inner consciousness. As you activate upon your inner consciousness, you expand again. Grow your awareness. Experience life and death, form and non-form. In this process, you learn how to manage your own energy, how to return to the source, how to purify, how to cleanse yourself. Then you came down again, experience different forms based on your interest. However, if you are in the earth realm, any dimension that you choose, you will need to follow certain rules, so to speak, for humans to understand. That is, you sort of need to follow the energy denomination to learn certain thing, which is again a natural process. And for the purpose of Earth, you're here to learn about love. Love is in. What is love? To love yourself, to love others. This can only be done in the form of human body, because human bodies are selected, given its brain advancement, given its body feature. It has all the conditions to meet this experiment, to meet this exercise. So those souls, those sparks of light in the source, in the core, you might be traveling through different space, different journey. You hear different sound, different voice, different calling. You maybe respond to those calling, you maybe not. And for those of us who you are here now, you hear the calling, and you're interested, you're intrigued. So you're now here in a human body. You hear, you're responding to the calling to be part of the experiment. Or you might be playing a role in this experiment. You're part of the conductor of the experiment. You're part of the assistant. You might be helping the people who are participating in this experiment, as in love, helping people to understand what love is, what love is not, how to create a balance, how to restore love. This love is not what you human calls love between a man and a woman. This love is the way that how you treat everything, how you are supposed to be treated, how we can help each other obtain higher advancement.
Thank you.
My apologies, the phone is ringing. So this form, you hear the sound, you came down, responding to the experiment. When I say you need to follow certain rules, that is how the energy flows in this dimension. As in you're in a big whirl of energy, you cannot go again. It's not that you say you cannot, you can, but it's going to be a hard moment for you, because if the energy moves in circle and you wanted to go against the circle, then you would have a hard time. That is, if you came on Earth, you will have to finish the whole cycle as you're inside there, rotating, expanding through different lives. And eventually you will come to the end of this rotation, come to the top of the world. And you will reach to the tip of your journey on Earth. As you understand completely and fully drop that human density, release the ego, complete the exercise, and then you finish your experiment or your journey on Earth. That is in respect of this swirling, expanding exercise, or in respect to energies around Earth or solar system in your language.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Now, if you complete your cycle on Earth, in between lives you go to soul home. You cleanse, you purify, you obtain higher awareness. And when the time is ready, you come and drop down back to a human body. Now, for those who have completely understood the lesson on Earth, understand the meaning, the journey, and your whole purpose on Earth of this higher universal consciousness, then you go on to different universe, all dimensions, so to speak. You maybe become a teacher, or you maybe go to a different universe, learning different lessons. Maybe you'll be one of the governor guiding different star system, and that is all up to you. When I say up to you, on the other hand, it's actually not really up to you. The universe evolves, develops, and changes, transforms in its own fashion. Not any one individual, one system, one star can change or stop. It's natural. A natural process happens itself, by itself, for itself. Simply accept what it is. just as who you are now. Doing the session, delivering a session, or watching the video.
Okay. And back to Earth. Are there people who are governing and monitoring the Earth growth and human development? Are there some particular people or entities or beings?
Yes, they're not people in your human term, but from the higher realm. Let's say Earth is a school, a planet, we call that. Now above Earth, you see skies. And above skies is universe, above universe, other universe. And they're all part of this consciousness. The consciousness has been evolving in its own fashion, in its own model. And those souls, those energies, those sparks, who have existed a little longer, now from the outside layer and begin to moving towards the core energy. So those who move inside, as they have already completed the journey on Earth, they will become the governor. They'll go to different planets, go to different system. They will take certain roles, monitoring, assisting, observing this experiment, the exercise of love, and help if relevant, assist if it's appropriate, interfere if it's necessary, take actions if it needs to.
Okay, thank you. And is it possible for just simple human being to connect with such people who is governing, monitoring? Is it possible to access them?
When you are advanced enough, that's one way to access this governing team. It's not a human, but it's an existence, a being, a light. Yes, there are systems. You humans, or we humans, because the body that who is speaking right now does temporarily using the body, so to speak. Scientists, government are working on this, trying to connect to us. They're working on it. We're assisting them in the manner that they understand. Different group of people are popping up on Earth, trying to connect to us. Again, we release information when it is appropriate. You have come to a good term now. You have evolved to a time that more information is now allowed to be shown, to be released. This is one way that while you are doing these sessions, the information and the seeds of light, of sparks, have been spreaded all over the earth. Many of you are doing this job. It's changing. And we are pleased to see the change. However, humans are going to have many challenges. But we will look after you. The source, the higher wisdom, the more advanced beings, because we are all part of the oneness. So we help each other.
Okay, thank you. But what would happen to humans when clones get legalized for reproduction?
That is happening. But for clone to be legalized for reproduction, that will change human race. It may cause a lot of fear, death, war, possibly. And that's again part of the nature, the experiment. The energy needs to experience itself when it can duplicate itself. Again, through this exercise of clone or many other exercise, disease, death, natural disasters, is still part of the lesson of love. How the energy in this body can learn to accept each other. And now you need each other because of you can't reproduce yourself. When you can reproduce yourself, then you don't need each other. And it's a harder lesson for you to learn accepting others. You become more independent. You'll be using a lot of technology, which your technology well advanced by then. But then, possibly in the future, you can easily clone yourself without going to a lengthy, heavy scientific approach. By then, Earth will no longer the same.
And when approximately will this happen, when people can clone themselves?
It may or may not happen. Because humans, you have total freedom. They may destroy this technology, or they may remain in the lab. If it went extremely the other side becomes harmful, uncontrollable, then the earth or the higher realm, higher being, perhaps would interfere to stop it from destroying Earth. There would be another disaster possibly to end this cruel experiment. Humans are very smart, highly intelligent, so to speak. But you're also a very cruel species. You kill each other, and that's again part of the experiment. To learn what is compassion, again part of the lesson of love. So if necessary, the higher wisdom would involve. Just like Atlantis sank down into the ocean for that purpose, as it went so bad, uncontrollable, and that's the only way to end the disaster, through another disaster.
Understandable. And what would Earth look like in 1,000 years' times?
Good question. You can imagine, see it in your mind's eyes. As you all have this creativity, this power, you are no longer dressed the same. You have very little distance between man and a woman, possibly. You have a lot of third gender. You might have a species that has both sex, like it's already happening, and those they might be able to reproduce themselves. You might see different forms of lives appear on Earth. And you might have aliens, as in your turn, be landing on Earth working with you. So aliens were no longer a strange term. Medical would be much more advanced, so to speak, that it will be connected with spiritualization. The work that you are doing now will be largely used. In other words, the higher advantage from our space, from the higher realm, will be introduced into Earth, to the benefit of many.
Interesting. And are there now humans living in other planets?
We don't call that humans. We can call that humans in a respect term, but they are different beings. They don't look like you. They don't eat. They eat light. They don't move. They move through thought. So it's not the same.
Okay.
Humans have the bodies will not survive in higher dimensions. The body is designed in a way that it can last for 80, 100 years. To come to this higher realm, higher dimension, you will need to drop the body. Or you have to do extensive, intensive exercise to experience it through a non-physical form.
Okay.
When you go above and beyond, then you may have ability to convert into shape shift. But not that for you purely, fully absorbed in the physical body. You have to train your mind. You have to work with yourself. You have to allow your imagination. You have to connect to the source.
Understandable. And coming to the question about implants. So Apple, she has a question about implants in her body. Are there? If yes, how is this done, or when was it done?
Implant. You mean a foreign object?
Yes, foreign objects in the body of human beings, and I'm asking about Apple in her body, for example.
Not knowingly in a physical form, but there be concepts, ideas being transfused as she's part of the higher realm, the governing team.
So actually, does Apple have such objects inside of your body?
No, not a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not a foreign subject in the physical term as such.
Mm-hmm.
But there are thoughts. There are ideas.
Yeah.
There are higher beings consistently communicate with her body, knowingly and not knowingly, collecting information, exchanging information, sharing ideas and thoughts back and forth. She may be aware, she may be not aware, but it is for the purpose of human evolvement.
Mm-hmm.
And she's part of the Federation of Galaxy. Her body is used for that purpose. To connect, to share, to download information, and to guide many others. To connect to the source. To release the physical suffering. And that is the bigger love.
Mm-hmm. And Apple mentioned that she has such a feeling of getting upgraded. Is it really going on? And what is the purpose?
Say that again.
Is Apple getting upgraded, her body, or probably her mind? And yeah,
Upgrade is not the correct word.
and how should we call it?
It's information exchange,
Mm-hmm.
transmuting, transfusing, sharing information. The body is an instrument, remember. The body is a tool to allow us, the higher room being, the source, from higher dimension, to collect information from Earth through the human body. The human body experience, relationships, jobs, careers, seeing government, news, all of these physical things, interacting with people, observing how Earth is going, in which direction that Earth is developing, experiencing the temperature,
Mm-hmm.
the weather change, experiencing moving from one location to another, the higher wisdom collecting information and sending back vibration and the knowingness through the physical body, she would experience sensations,
Mm-hmm.
tingling sensations, which lots of people, millions, if I'd say, experiencing this sort of a different kind of vibration and sensations. This is us sending information and light, peace, wisdom, so that the body becomes knowing. They become knowing of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that they aren't just the physical body. The physical body is a temporal vehicle, and you will drop the body when the time is right. Where each individual, you, dropping the body in different way. Natural death, disease, disaster, suicidal, abortion, all kinds. It's all part of the nature evolvement. Through this experience, you bring back this experience and all of millions experience the wisdom. And this wisdom being passed to some people. Therefore, some of you would have the ability to know things. And for your gift and her gift is to connect people to this knowingness. You are the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So constantly we share, we help you to transcend first, to help you to assist the feeling of oneness. When you begin to experience the oneness, you are light. You're being recharged. You're being recharged. And then when you go back down onto earth in the human body, you will be able to spread the universal wisdom. Hence become peaceful. Connect the more to light. Understand who you are and not being absorbed in the human body. However, those who are not into the spiritual journey and being completely absorbed and uncomfortable into this human body, they have a long way to go. But that is fine. You will have to accept. Again, that is the nature. Certain souls will advance first. And just accept that natural process.
Okay, thank you. It's understandable now. Apple has some questions regarding her human life, about her brother and sister-in-law. What would be the best place to find the answers? Probably we can go to some usual route of souls to life between life space. How do you sense this?
That is fine. If you would like to go to whatever that you're learning, that is fine.
It's
You can
fine.
go to, yes, any place you would like to go. I can take you there.
Mhm. So what do you think? What would be the most appropriate place for Apple to find her answers about her brother, about sister-in-law, and her friend Steve? What would be the most appropriate place?
She finds her answer anywhere, anytime if she wants to, if she sits down. If she sits down quietly, ignore the noise from the surrounding.
Mhm.
She is able to connect to the source, the higher wisdom. For the purpose of your LBL, the Life Between Life session, a place you can start is the library, and you can
Mhm.
also visit the place of higher wisdom, and perhaps it's the life selection place.
Mhm.
Though she
Nice.
does not need to follow this routine, because she's able to do it without following the traditional format.
Mhm.
She connects to the source at ease. But for the learning for practicing purpose, we can visit the library.
Yes, yeah, please. For learning purposes, I think it would be nice to visit library. So then,
It's a very busy place.
you are
Everybody comes.
there now.
I can be anywhere, anytime.
Okay, so nice. Let's explore the library. What is there?
Everybody's here reading, exploring. But it's not super crowded. I can sense. I can sense they all come here. All the individual spark, individual light. Came here, have a little play, maybe healing. They read their own story, they change their own story. They look at the future, they look at their past. And then some healer came here to obtain insight for their clients. And then some spiritual guides would take the soul, come here, help them to explore. And then, of course, there's a librarian here. Okay, we can look at her brother's life.
Yeah, just once again, there were some interruptions in connection. So yeah, I do understand that we're in library now, and we came to the question about the connection with her brother. And I would like to talk to Apple's soul. So we're talking to Apple's soul in the library. The wise soul that knows the answer. So is it possible?
Yes.
Good. And Apple has the question about your brother and how to help him in the best way. So she has already done a lot, but she would like to find probably some other ways. What could you advise Apple? How can she do this?
Accept life as it is. She has done a lot. He will have to face his own journey. No pushing, there's no need to continuously asking him, enticing him to do quantum healing or LBL session. When he's ready, he will come. When he's not ready, he will not. Accept that. He has his own journey to face. Continue to do what she's doing. Checking in on him. Telepathic communication. This is for everybody. You all have family members, friends that you wanted to help. But if the person does not want to be helped, or does not realize that they need help, there's no way you can help. When this happens, focus on yourself. Advance yourself and do what you're supposed to do. Purify your own energy, and in time, you can shed light onto others through telepathic communication, sending energy through your voice, your intention, and each interaction you have with that person. It's not for you to interfere their life lessons.
But who, the soul of her brother, of Apple's brother, who is he for Apple or for the soul of the Apple? Now I'm talking to the soul. Who is he for you?
They are soul friends.
Soul friend.
They share different lives together. And she's helping him to become more advanced. And he's teaching her to be patient. She's a very clever, smart, bright, wide, vast, well experienced. And she needs to learn patience. She's still learning, she's getting there.
Okay.
More meditation, more disciplined practice. And she'll be fine.
Mhm.
She's becoming good at it now. And we are very pleased with the work that she's doing right now.
Yeah. And what is your name? What is the name of Apple's soul?
I'm the source.
You are the source. Mhm. But can you
I am
give?
her and she is me.
Yeah.
The name was given. If you have to separate the individual spark with the universal consciousness,
Yeah.
if you have to give it a term, the name has been given before. Sanona, that's her soul name.
Could you repeat once again, please?
Sanona,
Sanona. Okay, Sanona.
that's
Mhm.
correct.
Good. Sanona. Mhm. Nice, thank you. So how is it better to connect to the source, to talk to the source now, or to talk to Sanona? How does it feel it right? What do you sense? Do you feel?
They're the same thing, but for humans' understanding,
Mhm.
you love names, so we
Yeah,
give you names.
good, thank you. So thank you, Sanona. Then I will talk to Sanona. And Apple had one more question about your friend, Steve. Sanona, can you explain who he is for Apple? What's his purpose? What's their connection?
He is a soul friend. They share different past lives. She has seen it, we've shown her one.
Yeah.
She shared other lives too, they're good friends. And she's showing him his path.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing him about the love. She's showing him from the technical point of view in terms of his development. He's
Yeah.
growing. He's learning to be more confident, though not as confident as Apple is. But that's fine. Each person, each soul has its own journey.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And one more question about sister-in-law of Apple. Yeah, I remember that you answered that if person doesn't want to be helped, there is no need to push him. But still, Apple asked about her sister-in-law. Can she help her somehow, or should she?
She has been, but she has to accept her own journey. She is very, very stubborn. She will have to experience hardship on her own.
Mhm.
She's been absorbed in darkness for some time, and slowly, as she experienced pain, as she experienced losses, as she experienced loneliness,
Mhm.
when she had enough, she will turn around and she will jump.
Yeah.
She will take her own time. Apple should not worry about it. If
Mm.
Apple sheds light, and she is, she doesn't have to worry about it. She's doing telepathic communication. She's being forgiving and supporting. And that's all. Accept everyone has their own journey. It's not for you to interfere or alter.
Yeah, understandable. Okay, and just one more question. How do you feel where it can be answered here or probably in some other place? Why some people can see aliens, can see angels, can see their deceased family members? Are these people chosen? What is the mechanism behind that process? So, Sanona, where is that question has to be or can be answered better? In the library or probably council or some other place? How do you sense this?
The council said she can answer the question, but if you want to experience council, you can call the councils in.
Okay,
She
let's do
has
this.
answers, but we can answer for her if you wanted to.
Please do this.
The councils as you request.
So, who are there? What is there?
Just one.
Just one. What kind of being?
He looks old. He isn't huge, but he has a wooden staff. She doesn't have hair. He does not have hair. He has a long gray beard. He says, "Ask, you shall receive your answers."
And Sanona, what he is telling you more? Anything else? What he's telling you, explaining now?
He said, "You're doing fine. You had a winding journey in this life, but you have returned home. We are pleased to see that. You're now connected. You now have the tools connecting to your own source, to your essence. You will continue to shed your light. And you know we are always here to assist you, to pave your journey ahead. You know that you are ready for the challenges, the test that's ahead of you. But you got the formula, you found your key. You were once lost, and you found your key. We are proud of the work that you do.
Nice.
We advise you took an easy journey, but you took a harder journey, and you did well. So ask your questions if there is any.
Okay, thank you. So Apple had the question, why some people can see aliens, angels, their deceased family members? Are these people chosen?
Yes and no. It's dual decisions. Number one, it's guided by us, the source, the guide, the teachers in your world, higher beings. Number two is by the individual soul's interest. Before the soul lands in a body, we discuss what they're going to learn in a lifetime. What sort of area they would participate in connecting with us. These may or may not be advanced souls. It's like you going to school. There is a subject called spiritualization, connecting to the higher realm. Some souls simply not interested. Other souls are interested. If they are, we will provide the means, tools to allow us to connect to the higher realm, to different forms of energies in the light, even darkness.
Okay.
So it's a dual selection
Understood.
based on interest and the Earth evolvement needs. Certain information are now being shown, though this is a new subject, so to speak. It exists from long time ago, but it was not open to the vast majority of souls. It was selected to be distributed to certain souls. But now slowly as humans evolve, become more advanced, have better technologies, more individuals are partaking in this process. That is, this course becomes more accessible for many souls because you are more ready than you were before.
Okay, that's understandable. So I think we got all the answers to the questions, and probably Sanona, you have some other questions to ask and to help Apple. Any other questions just to ask at the council place?
I ask to receive more light. I ask for a few moments of peace and silence.
Okay.
To recharge, take this opportunity to allow the light to be transfused into her body now.
Okay, take your time.
A few of us are here, channeling, sending, transfusing light into her body. The body feels very, very warm. A few higher beings, because she had a lot to do. She knows that she's got the tool and the gift.
And what body is sensing now, is feeling now? Can you tell us what body is
The
sensing?
whole body is warm.
Warm. Anything else?
Little tightness on top of the head. She has that throat issues. That dry throat.
So what's the reason? Can you tell us why she has this issue with the throat?
She'll need to learn how to communicate better. When I say better, is to master. The lesson is to advance, to speak of pure wisdom. She communicates well. However, she needs to master language, master the use and selection of words. Speak less, but more with love and wisdom.
Can you allow her to feel this? So yeah, you explained how to do this, what to do, just to allow Apple right now to feel this, to experience. How is it to speak less, but with more wisdom? Can you do this right now for Apple? What is she experiencing now? Are you helping her?
Yes, we are.
What are you doing?
The back of the head. We are channeling energy, cleansing, smoothing, sending more light. While she's already a piece of light, but we're brightening her up. She knows it. However, she needs to practice how to connect to the source by herself. Therefore, we are not really needed in most of the cases. Unless it's requested. We are not really needed here. She obtained her own independence. As she practiced connecting to the source through daily meditation, she also needed to obtain a way to balance herself.
But can you help her with some transformation right now? So she understands what to do and she's doing this. But right now we have such an excellent opportunity. Can you do some transformation right now just to help her with her throat and as you see this, something else?
We're helping. However, it's a gradual exercise. She needs to eat healthy, perhaps. Not saying that she does not eat healthy, but she ate. She has a lot of preserved vegetable in her diet. Cut those food.
Okay.
Practice.
Anything else? Anything else, or what you've said it was the main, or anything else you can advise?
Speak less, speak fine, speak wisdom, and speak in an entertainment manner. Make people laugh. Make people feel. And make people think. With less words.
Okay. Thank you. Does Apple understand what you are telling her now, what you're showing her now?
She understood the message was given before. But today we focus on saying less.
Saying less, okay. Okay, thank you. And before coming back, anything else that you would like to say to Apple, Sanona, or Source? Anything else, or everything has been said already?
Everything has been said as she sets her plan. And learning today, if she has more questions, she can always come here.
Okay.
Meditate, we'll be there with her.
Okay,
All
thank
of
you.
her answers will be given when she asks questions.
Nice. And do you have, if it's appropriate, some message for me, for Julia, for facilitator? I would be really grateful to get some wisdom from you from such high level, if any. Do you have any message for me?
Finding a balance for yourself, Julia. You work hard. A little too hard. But the session you had with Apple that has assisted you. And listen to the recording. You know that. Returning to the source, find a way to balance your vast, expansive energy as Apple did for you. Practice that. Keep your friendship with her, with your peer friends. Apple has a unique energy will assist you, and you help each other as all of you are. You're doing fine. Learn to love yourself. Have fun on your journey. The body is for you, is given to you by your own choice, as a tool to complete your own lesson. But you should never forget to have fun when you do have a body. Many forget, but you are a teacher. If you have chosen a life, chosen a body, chosen a husband, and then love them, respect them, praise them, because it is your choice. Honor your own choice and have fun with it.
Thank you, Lord. I'm really grateful for such a message. Thank you.
Everything you want will be there for you. Take your time, step by step. You have each other. And just like what Apple on her journey. Everything you want is there for you. finding a way to connect to the source. Do your own work. Meditate regularly. You'll obtain eternal peace.
Okay, thank you. I'm really grateful for such a message. Thank you, Lord. Okay, and it's time to come back. And before returning, is there something more probably that Sanona, Apple would like to explore? Anything else? Or for today it's enough?
You can have a look at the selection room. The life selection chamber.
Life selection chamber. Okay, it's a nice choice. Let's go there. Are you there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Each soul will be presented with a screen that says each individual, even when they have an LBL session, they will see different things, different technology being presented. Some will see different screen, others will just see one huge screen, but then they have all the souls stand before this huge screen and a little screen before themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not needed for Salona.
It's not needed for Sanona.
This is presented for learning purpose for other beings.
Yeah. But for
Even
the learning,
for those who are watching the video.
But for the learning purpose, can Sanona shows Apple that moment of your life selection for this period of time, just for a learning purpose?
Yes, there are a huge screen. It's rolling. It's a huge screen. Okay, I have to show you with my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Huge screen, but you see the names, you see pictures, you see things. So it's a 3 rolling screen. And before her there is a stand. There's a buttons. She can press. The buttons allow her to choose which life according to what she saw on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to do this on her own, where others may have a guide besides them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me summarize as there is some interruption.
She
So,
chose this life. She could have chosen something easier, which was allowed. But she wanted to experience a tougher life.
mm-hmm.
Though she needed a strong mom. And the money is one of the reasons that she needs to learn. The session was interrupted by internet. This concludes the Life Between Lives therapy. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.